Math Amazing Day! Today, let's talk about operations and rational algebraic expressions. Kamusta mga ka-math? Tuto, halina't math kinig, math nood, at math aral. Kasama iyong math guru! Operations and rational algebraic expressions. For addition and subtraction of rational expressions, these are some tips on how to add or subtract fractions. The rules for adding and subtracting basic fractions are the same with rational expressions. We can only add or subtract fractions when the denominators are the same. If the denominators are not the same, the fractions should be made similar by determining the least common denominator. Alright, so let's have the first example. Now let's say we have 1/2 plus 3 over 2. When we are adding fractions, we have to make sure that this denominator and this denominator are the same. Okay? Then, if these two denominators are the same, we simply add the numerator, 1 plus 3. Over, then just copy the denominator, 2. Then, after this, let us simplify the given 4 over 2, or 4 divided by 2 is 2. Then the answer is 2. Now let's have our second example. Let's say we have 2 over x plus 3 over x. Again, when we are adding fractions, we have to check if the denominator are the same. So our denominator x and the other one is x. So they are the same. So we simply combine the numerator, 2 plus 3. Just copy the denominator x. This will be our answer. Let's have the third example. 2 over 6x plus 1 over 6x. Again, when adding fractions, check if the denominator are the same. In this case, the denominator are the same. So we simply combine the numerator, 2 plus 1. Then copy the denominator, 6x. Then, this 3 over 6x can be still simplified. So copy 3. 6 can have a factors of 3 times 2. Then copy the variable x. You have a common number on the top and bottom. So you're going to cancel this number. Now, if all numbers are cancelled, or if there are variables that being cancelled, then there will be 1 as your constant. Then copy 2x. So 1 over 2x will be the answer for 2 over 6x plus 1 over 6x. Now let's have the fourth example. 2x over x minus 1 minus 2 over x minus 1. Again, we are still on the process of adding or subtracting fractions. Now, our denominator will be x minus 1 for this term. And for this other term, still, the denominator is x minus 1. So they are having a common denominator. Since they have a common denominator, we simply add the numerator, 2x minus 2. So copy 2x, copy the operation sign negative, then 2. Then of course, our denominator will be x minus 1. Now, you have to recall the lessons about factoring. If you notice, this term 2x and negative 2 are having a greatest common factor of 2. So meaning, 2x divided by 2 is x. And negative 2 divided by 2 is negative 1. Then again, copy the denominator, x minus 1. So if you notice, we're having a common terms on the top, x minus 1. And at the bottom, x minus 1. So since they are the same, we can cancel this given. Then, we still have a remaining number 2. And in our denominator, all are being cancelled. So we still have a denominator 1, or simply your answer is 2. Let's have example number 5. Before we add fraction, we have to check if the denominator of the first term and second term are the same. If they are the same, then we can add the numerator. So 4x plus 4y. Then copy the denominator. Then, let us see if the numerator and denominator are having factors. So if you notice 4x plus 4y, you have the greatest common factor of 4. Then, 4x divided by 4 is x. 4y divided by 4 is y. Then our denominator is example of the difference of two squares. And this can be written as x plus y and x minus y. In our numerator, we have x plus y, and in our denominator, we have x plus y. So we can cancel those terms. Then, we have 4 over x minus y. This will be our answer. Let's have example number 6. So before we perform the operation indicated in these fractions, we have to check the denominator. If the denominator are not the same, we're going to get its LCD. Now, let us have x squared minus 25. To get the LCD of these two denominators, we need to perform factoring. So the factors of x squared minus 5 is x plus 5 and x minus 5. If you notice, this one is an example of difference of two squares. Then, now let's have x squared plus 6x plus 5. The factors of this trinomial will be x plus 5 and x plus 1. Now, using these factors, you're going to copy once the same factor, then the rest will be copy. So these two are the same, so you're going to copy that once. X minus 5 and x plus 1. So this will be your LCD. Now, let us rewrite first the given. So x cubed. Again, this denominator can be written as x plus 5 times the quantity of x minus 5. And copy the subtraction sign. Copy 5x. And then this denominator can be written as x plus 5 and x plus 1. Then, we're going to use now the LCD. X plus 5, x minus 5, and x plus 1. Then, this LCD will be divided by this denominator. Then, yung naiiba lamang sa denominator na to at sa LCD, ang i-multiply natin kay x cubed. So, parehas si x plus 5 and x minus 5, maliban kay x plus 1. X plus 1 will be multiplied to x cubed. Then copy the subtraction sign. Then this LCD will be divided to x plus 5 times the quantity of x plus 1. Then, kung meron siyang magkatulad, yung naiba lamang ang ating i-multiply kay 5x. So, x plus 5 is the same with this. Also, x plus 1. Ang naiiba is si x minus 5. Then, si x minus 5 lamang ang i-multiply natin kay negative 5x. Then, let us simplify. X cubed times x plus 1 will be x to the 4th plus x cubed. Negative 5x times x is negative 5 x squared. And negative 5x times negative 5 is positive 25x. So, ang gagawin mo lang kapag nagmo-multiply, i-distribute mo lang yan. Si negative 5x, i-distribute mo lang din siya. Okay? And then, copy the denominator, x plus 5, x minus 5, and x plus 1. If you factored out this numerator and there's no common in this denominator, then no cancellation will happen. Let us now simplify our denominator. So copy first the numerator, x to the fourth plus x cubed, negative 5x squared, and positive 25x. X times x squared, x times negative 5, that is negative 5x, 5 times x, that is 5x, then 5 times negative 5 is negative 25. Then, copy x plus 1. You will cancel this. Then again, copy the numerator, x to the fourth plus x cubed, negative 5x squared, plus 25x. Then, x squared times x is x cubed. X squared times 1 is positive x squared. Negative 25 times x is negative 25x. And negative 25 times 1 is negative 25. Now, this will be your final answer. For multiplying and dividing rational expressions, here are some rules. The rules for multiplying and dividing basic fractions are the same with rational expressions. For multiplication, we multiply numerators, multiply the denominators, and express the product in lowest term. For division, we take the reciprocal of the divisor and then proceed to multiplication. Now, let's have the first example for multiplication. Now, let us multiply 1/2 to 3/5. When we are multiplying fractions, we multiply numerator to numerator and then denominator to the denominator. So, we have 1 times 3 is 3, 2 times 5 is 10. Then, our answer will be 3/10 because there's no lowest term for 3/10. Now, let's have the second example for multiplying fractions. So again, when we are multiplying fractions, we multiply numerator to numerator and denominator to denominator. So we have 2x times 6y. So 2x times 6y is 12xy. And for our denominator, 3y times 3 is 9y. Now, the product can be still simplified. So we have to know if the number or the numerical coefficient are having common factors. So for 12, that is equivalent to 3 times 4. Then copy x and y. For 9, that can be written as 3 times 3. Then copy y. If you notice, they are having a common number 3. So we can cancel this number. And also, they're having a common variable y. So we can cancel this y. Then copy the rest. 4x over 3. This will be the answer for item number 2. Let's have example number 3. So again, when we are multiplying fractions or rational expressions, we multiply numerator to numerator, denominator to denominator. So we will multiply 4a squared b to 3c raised to the 5th power. So we have 4 times 3. So I copy first the constant and I did not get first the product. We're going to cancel the numerical later. Copy a squared, copy b, and c raised to 5. Then 8 could have a factor of 4 and 2. So 8 can be written as 4 times 2. Copy a cube, copy b, and copy c cube. If you notice, I wrote the variable alphabetically. Then, we can cancel 4. So, we are going to copy the numerator and denominator 3 and 2. Then, for the variable, you have to recall the previous lessons on how to simplify common variables on the numerator and in the denominator. So, since a cube is higher than a squared, we copy first this into its original position. Then I'm going to subtract this exponent here. Then since these two are the same, so we can cancel this already. Then c raised to 5 is higher than c cubed. So we're going to copy this c over 5 into its original position. And then you're going to subtract this exponent. Now, let us simplify. So, copy 3 over 2. And c will have a power of 5 minus 3. So, that is 2. And for the power of a will be 3 minus 2 is 1. So, it's okay to write and it's okay not to write the exponent 1. Then, this will be our answer for item number 3. Now, let's have example number 4. Now, in this example, you have to recall factoring. So, let us get the factors of x squared minus 5x plus 4. The factors of that trinomial is x minus 4 and x minus 1. For its denominator, this one is example of difference of two squares. This can be written as x plus 5 and x minus 5. Copy the operation multiplication. And this trinomial can be written as x times x and 5 times 5. All are positive because the sign of this trinomial are all positive. And the factors of this trinomial is x times x, and for negative 4, we can have 4 times 1. Since this is positive 3, this will be positive and this one is negative. You have to check if there are factors on the top and bottom if they are common. X minus 1 is common on this. So we can cancel this already. Also x plus 5. Then, if there's no common or remaining common on the top and bottom, then we're going to copy the rest. So we have x minus 4 and x plus 5 for our numerator. And for our denominator, we have x minus 5 and x plus 4. Now, if there's no common left on this numerator and denominator, we have to simplify. So, x minus 4 times x plus 5 will be x squared plus x minus 20. And for our denominator will be x squared minus x minus 20. This will be our answer for item number 4. Now, let's have the first example for dividing fractions. Now, in dividing fractions, you're going to get the reciprocal of your divisor. So, copy 2 over 3. Then, 4 over 5 will be 5 over 4. Then, the process will become multiplication. So, 2 times 5 over 3 times 4. So we have now 10 over 12. Then, let's get the lowest term. 10 over 12 can be simplified into 5 over 6. Then this will be the answer for item number 1. Now let's have the second example for dividing fractions. So again, before you divide the fractions, you have to get the reciprocal of your divisor. So copy x over 2y, then the reciprocal of 5x over 8y is 8y over 5x. Then the process will become multiplication. So x times 8y is 8xy. Then 2y times 5x is 10xy. Then we are going to simplify. So 8 over 10 can be written as 4 over 5. Then we can cancel x. We can also cancel the variable y. So our answer will be 4 over 5. Let's have example number 3. Now, even this example is written in this way, the process is still division. So this fraction is divided into this fraction. Now, let us rewrite this given. 2x squared minus x plus 6 over 4x squared plus 6x is divided into x squared minus 4 over x squared plus 2x. Now, when we are dividing fraction, we need to get the reciprocal of this divisor. Let us copy 2x squared minus x plus 6 over 4x squared plus 6x. Then the reciprocal of this divisor will be x squared plus 2x over x squared minus 4. Then the process will become multiplication. So before we multiply these fractions, we're going to get sum of the factors of this given to simplify. So for 2x squared minus x plus 6, that could have a factors of 2x times x, and for 6, this will be 3 times 2. We're going to give the negative sign here, and this one will be positive. To check, this will be 3x, negative 4x. When you combine 3x and negative 4x, that is negative x. And for our denominator, 4x squared plus 6x, the greatest common factor of these two terms is 2x. Then 4x squared plus 6x divided by 2x will be 2x plus 3. Then copy the operation. For x squared plus 2x, they're having a greatest common factor of x. Then x squared plus 2x divided by x is x plus 2. And for x squared minus 4, this one is example of difference of two squares. So the factors of that will be x times x, positive 2 and negative 2. Then if you see a common factors on this numerator and this denominator, then we can cancel those factors, like 2x plus 3, x plus 2, and x minus 2. So we have now x for our numerator and 2x for our denominator. Then we see a common variable on our numerator and denominator, so we can cancel this variable x. Now, all terms in our numerator are being cancelled, but still we have 1. Then for our denominator, we have 2. So for this item number 3, the answer will be 1 over 2. Natuto ba kayo, mga kamat tuto? Oo, i-like lang ang video na ito, mag-subscribe sa aking channel, at huwag kalilimutang i-hit ang notification bell para sa mga susunod pa video. Muli, ito ang iyong Math Guru!